We're good.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the City of Glens Falls Water and Sewer special/regular meeting. It is Monday, the 15th of September, a little after 2 p.m. We're going to open this meeting up to public participation. I don't see anybody here in the room from the public, but if somebody online comes on, Peter, please let us know if they have any questions and would like to participate in any way. The billing issues, the 41 Thomas Street and the 30 Fulton Street, I'd like to table these until next 2 weeks from now when we have our regular meeting. We don't have our clerk couldn't make it to this special meeting. We needed to turn this into a regular meeting just so we could pass the warrant. We've got just two simple resolutions here. We want to be able to pay our bills, and we couldn't last week because our computers were down. So anyway, if you're okay with that, if nobody in the board has a concern, I'd just like to table the two billing issues. I read through them. Sounds like they're pretty straightforward, but we'll talk about them in 2 weeks if that's okay. Resolution to table the two billing issues, please. We have a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. So the third item is two resolutions. The third, number 3 is our resolutions. Approval of the warrant. The warrant's in your packet, in all of our packets. We want to appreciate the staff in getting this warrant pulled together. Our computers and our computers, our network is all back up and running. Munis is also running, which is great. And so, does anybody have any questions about the warrant? Not hearing any. Do we have a motion to approve the warrant?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. The next one is a resolution for F&W Forestry, the timber sale. We've had a couple conversations about this. We even talked about it at the last meeting, but we weren't ready to have an official meeting. It's timber sales number 83-2025 bid result. Any questions, comments about the resolution for this timber sale?
Because it's lower than our normal annual income from that endeavor, but it's just a budget.
Right. And it's a bid process, so you can't really, right? You get what you get out of a bid, right?
I mean, in his letter, Tom's letter, he did say why he thought it was
Right.
lower.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Explain there for it. Yeah. Any other questions? We have a resolution to approve the F&W Forestry timber sale number 83-2025 from our bid results.
So moved.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Under discussion, under the electrical upgrade, we're still, I believe, at 90 to 95% done with that. The council has asked for our water and sewer superintendent to come and present to them. They haven't finished everything, but we're mostly done. The Common Council approved a $6 million increase to the bond. It's not it's a resolution to bond, but it doesn't mean we're actually bonding anything. It's now a $20 million project. The council's approved the bond anticipation note. Not that we're pursuing it, but now we can go after the grants to see how much we might be able to get from the different sources, and that's what that is. And so that's where we're at with that. I don't have any other. I think there's an upgrade update here for you. Any questions about our electrical upgrade? Next is discussion about EFC funding application. It was submitted September 12, 2025. You see it in your notes. Any questions? Okay. The budget process has started. The water and sewer budget is being worked on by our new deputy controller, Wendy. I think it's Baird. Thank you. That was great. I'd get that wrong. Wendy Baird and Bill are working on that budget. I've seen the beginnings of a draft of it. They're supposed to start the process on the 22nd of September with the Common Council and presenting that. I asked today in a meeting with Wendy and my Special Assistant Chip McTiernan to reach out and see if we can postpone that a week. We're still just trying to get everything in to understand. And so we also need to find out where we are this year. They didn't have the numbers because we couldn't get into our network and we couldn't get onto Munis. I'd like to know before they present this to the council where we are in this year's budget. What it does look like there's a fund balance growth. I think at least in the sewer fund balance, but those are unaudited numbers, so they might change. So I've asked to postpone it. The budget doesn't actually get passed until nearly end of October, so I think we're okay to postpone that a week. Chip is going to reach out to the councilman at large. The process has started. The request that we discussed in the past of potential raises, they've got to put in the numbers. I think the CSCA contract this year has our CSCA, our union members getting a 3%, maybe 3.5% plus 25 cents an hour raise. That's not negotiated now. It was all negotiated in the last contract. So all those numbers being put in and potential capital projects looked, and that is separate from that electrical upgrade, and that would be a bonding issue. That, but always want to have those conversations together to know what the future is. Okay, so budget process is beginning, certainly on our end, and then it starts tonight is the first budget meeting. I forget which departments, but not water and sewer, are begin tonight actually, and full speed ahead. Monthly reports attached. We have the commissioners' reports for reference. Anybody have any questions about the monthly reports?
Yes.
Sure.
The wastewater treatment plant report. I see they've requested permission to process the glycol they're taking out of the center of that
Yeah.
chilling system.
Yeah.
Is that gonna, that'll improve our process? I'm not in favor.
No,
of it.
I know what
I'm
you
totally
mean.
in favor of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing it in-house,
Yeah.
but,
Sure.
just have a question about it.
Yeah,
It's
we've
gonna be
asked-
a big process.
Yeah, I don't believe so, and DEC will tell us all that. So it's DEC that we've asked for permission to do that. And I believe it will be approved, and if not, we certainly won't do it. And they know about our sewer waste plan. Apparently, I mean, this is very little, and glycol is now a food additive, right? And so this is the non-industrial refrigerant, not industrial. Does that make sense?
Antifreeze.
No, it's not antifreeze. That's right. And I think we're in great shape, and that request is out to them. So that's what it is. They are the ones I believe that suggested it. Yeah, DEC. They've been involved in the process completely with. We hired Labella. So DEC came in, saw that, asked us to take dig test wells around the perimeter and in the chiller pit. We did that. No glycol was found around the outside at all, just in the chiller pit. They told us that Labella should do that testing for us. They didn't demand it, they recommended it, and we hired Labella to do it. And then we've shared those findings with them. We now are in the process of cleaning out the chiller pit under DEC's watchful eye. We're asking them to use a coagulant to repair this, what I call a fix-a-flat repair, while we try to apply for grant money to replace the entire system. DEC is in the middle of looking at that, and with doing that, it would be we'd empty out what's in the tank, and so I think it was their suggestion. But they all are we're not doing anything without DEC. The recommendation comes formally from Labella, and it goes to DEC, and they approve it. We're hoping right away that they'll approve this fix-a-flat. And to get that approval, we're going to suggest that if there's a leak of any kind, that we shut the facility down for the entire season. And we're trying to get a meeting with the ice rink folks. The users of the ice rink are Adirondack Youth Hockey, the school teams. We're still trying to get in for the October date. That's our goal. We can't guarantee it until DEC says, and so know that all that's done with DEC's approval.
Where is the leak anyway?
Well, it's got to be in the chiller pit. We honestly don't know. We just know that it kept going down, and we were topping it off. Kept going down and topping it off, and then there was a report made from a concerned constituent that there was dumping going on. Obviously there is no dumping and no spill, but we know that it was leaking because we had to keep topping it off. And then we realized it was glycol, which is a food additive. It's used also in colonoscopies. So anyway, right now the levels of glycol are reduced almost to nothing, but we still need to follow because DEC follows these up like a spill, like it's a toxic spill. Everything is the same.
Proximity to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're in agreement. We wish that somebody had called us and we could have explained to them what the situation was and what the chemical was, but nobody asked us. They just 2 days before we were getting ready to close it down, somebody made apparently it was an environmental attorney. That's all we know. That made an anonymous report of a spill, and so they've done. The DEC came in with their spill team and investigating it like it's a spill, and we think we're coming through it really well, but we wished we hadn't done it because it's costing us quite a bit of money. So we're looking to replace it all. We're going to pull the schools in to let them know, and we still have a goal of opening the 15th, but it's only DEC that will make that a possibility or not, and they never quite get back to us as fast as we'd like. But we appreciate the process. Glad that there's nothing worse happening. Okay, thank you. Any other questions about that commissioner's references, commissioner's reports?
I liked on Don's page 2. I've never thought about it before, and I can see there might be nations, but as far as alerting when there isn't otherwise alert, so more people would go, hey, what do I do with that? But in point I, when he talks about putting kind of road signs in the way, like, I'm guessing it'd be like Dixon, Peggy Ann, Old Forge, like on that side of the road, that's watershed property. I've seen that in other places throughout the state where you're now entering, or it's like an Adirondack Park thing, so
Yeah.
there's a little bit of and we've never tried something that, like, hey everybody, this is the line, and I thought, like, that doesn't seem like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
At least try it. I'd never heard that before, and I thought that was a good
You
thing.
talk about a sign for that if we got the,
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
Yeah, he mentioned that, and he said there was a woman had a car breakdown and just sort of took off. And then they had to be like, find whose car it was, find her, and you bring her back and have her taken off the watershed property. Just have people have some awareness that this isn't just a patch of dirt, it's watershed property. I thought that was kind of a good idea.
I also prefer to park next to the trespassing signs anyway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the same recommendation. Yeah, well, we are working with Queensberry and John Strow, and we are trying to work on our lower watershed and that trail along the outside and remove the illegal bike off-trail bike thing that we found when we were walking with the school district. Queensberry and Glens Falls have both agreed to doing an education process with not just their students but also the neighbors. We agree that that's probably the biggest risk that we have is the local people not thinking about this as watershed. People dumping their grass clippings and stuff across the way. We've caught them over the years doing that and signing. We want to use the kids because I don't know today if that's still the favorite party spot for Queensbury High School kids, but it was when my kids were just going to school there. Let's see, I've got my oldest is 30, so in 12 years ago, I pulled my son out of our watershed at 1:45 in the morning with 15 friends from Queensbury High School. So, right, remember, our watershed has been traditionally, both for Glens Falls and Queensbury, our watershed has been where our kids like to go for after-hours parties. So I think it's gotten much better.
Don't hear much about it.
No, I mean, I think it's gotten better, and maybe that's some of the education we've done. So we should do signs. We're also working on that trail, and then removing the really close off-road bike trail that's very well used. I mean, very well used. It's a little scary. So our efforts with John Strauer to move forward with that. He's trying to find funding to connect it across Peggy Ann with the National Grid and to connect it to over to the Hudson River, all the way down back through to the Hudson River, to make it one continuous trail. So we're still moving forward, and absolutely the signs are important. Public awareness. It's amazing how many, when we walked, and we walked the trail with Glens Falls superintendent and Queensbury superintendent, and they were both amazed and said that they would be happy to do education and cleanup. Queensbury school superintendent is offered to do regular cleanup of the trail. Yeah.
They can see the plastic.
Yep.
The other thing I don't want to let it go by the wayside was that offered by the state warden to go in there and patrol with it. He lives right around the corner from there.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's
Never
right.
made an offer to come in and go in there and patrol that periodically.
Great. Well, we have a proposal for to split the cost of a person
Right.
with between our team and
Whether Bill has the guy's name and contact information, or
Yeah.
is
we
that
have it
separate? Is that state warden is a separate thing for
It's just
somebody
something
to
he
start
would
to
do on
patrol?
Yeah, it was the game warden. He brought that up. We were talking about, he was here with the investigator. It's an actual ECO field officer. He was here with the investigator for the ice rink. And we were just chatting, and we were just telling him about, the problems we have with the watershed property. And he said, well, if you give me the authority, I'll start enforcement actions up there.
Fantastic. Will you remind me of that and Fountain Bill when we get back together? Because I definitely want to take him up on that.
Yeah, I think he does it right there.
Oh, fantastic. So that'd be great. And I think I'm struggling because I haven't been able to meet directly with Bill as he finishes up in Connecticut and gets ready to come back here starting full-time September 22nd. So, but I think we have agreed with Queensbury to split
Yeah, we did.
cost.
We put the proposals from Chris.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And then, so that's in follow-up of Chris Round's plan, but then also we're thinking that it'll be done through Warren County Soil and Water, because they have a person that we could do, that could do this for us and have it be right within they do. We don't have to hire somebody special and figure out how to do that. So that's, I think that's the best of both worlds. I think our cost of it is maybe $20,000, $30,000. So we should be able to fit that in the budget. All right. Any other questions about the monthly reports? Water treatment plant operators at DCK, and that's we just talked about Don's recommendations. I think that we should follow up on that, absolutely. Proposed next meetings, water and sewer meeting Monday, October 6th, 2025 at 2 p.m. And then water and sewer workshop Monday, October 20th. There goes September, folks. See. Any other questions? Peter, we got anybody with a comment?
No.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Good to get that done, get those bills paid. Computers are back up and running. Bill Norton's coming back. Good month.